The health benefits of chiropractic care have been known for many years, particularly when it comes to back pain or neck pain or headaches. We are very well known to be able to treat issues that involve pain. And nowadays there's a lot of research on chiropractic, particularly when it comes to back pain, and there's a huge amount of patient testimonials. But what can we treat other than pain? Can chiropractic treat things that go beyond pain? Well, essentially your nervous system flows through your spine, and the chiropractors center themselves around the spine, mainly because of the centrality of your nervous system and the centrality of the mechanics of your body. And so if you have a problem in your spine, if you have a dysfunction in one of the joints of the spine, you can then get inflammation, you can get a distortion in the way that the mechanics are working. And if your nervous system's flowing through there, then it makes sense that it can cause some type of interference or disruption. Also, your brain relies on stimulation to remain healthy. We get the stimulation from light, from sound, but one of the biggest stimulators is movement. And one of the big movers in our body with the most amount of stimulation is your spine. We have over 100 joints in the spine, and because of the proximity to the nervous system, it had a huge stimulating effect to the brain. And so if you have areas of the spine that aren't working very well, they often stop moving. And if the spine stops moving, that's going to cause less stimulation to your brain. And over time, that can actually develop an issue, particularly a lot of functional issues, to depression, to dizziness, to migraines, and a whole host of other things. So in this video, I want to just go through my top 8 most surprising benefits of chiropractic care, probably things you may not have heard of before. And these are things that are less researched, but things that chiropractors will commonly see in their practice. So without further ado, let's get started. Hello, my name is Dr. Stephen Hume. I'm a chiropractor currently based in Didcot. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the most surprising health benefits of chiropractic, my top 8, some of them that you may not have heard of before in the past. So number 1 is going to be, it improves migraines. Migraines are essentially caused by what we call a cortical spreading depression. This is essentially when you get a bunch of unstable neurons that fire spontaneously, that causes a dominoes effect going right across the brain. This random firing of neurons causes what we call the aura effect. These are normally the symptoms that occur just before you get the headache part of the migraine, and these can look like things like visual disturbances or tingling. The blood vessels within the brain then also start to dilate, causing irritation to the nerves surrounding the blood vessels, and that's what we think causes the pain or in the head, so the headaches. Chiropractic can help because of the powerful effects of the adjustment to the spine. By restoring function back to the spine, we can help improve the function of the brain. This is functionally and not pathologically. And so what we often find with migraine sufferers is that certain areas of the brain are just not working as well, and certain areas of the spine aren't moving well. And as mentioned before, if the spine isn't moving very well, we're not going to get the proper stimulation to the brain, and that can cause issues when sustained over a long period of time. The powerful effects of the chiropractic adjustment were proven on many occasions by Dina Lalick and Heidi Harvick in their paper in 2016 that showed the changes that occur after an adjustment in the prefrontal cortex. Number 2 is that chiropractic has an ability to be able to improve dizziness. Dizziness has many different causes. One of the most common causes of dizziness is what we call benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, so BPPV. Around 90% or more of dizziness typically presents as BPPV. And the good thing about this type of condition is it's very easy to treat. This condition is basically caused when you get crystals in the inner ear, basically your balance organ, that cause overfiring of one side compared to the other. So that mismatch causes then spinning sensation. And the way that we can treat it is through a specific maneuver to take those crystals out. There are lots of chiropractors that are qualified to be able to treat and do this maneuver, as well as improving the function of your spine to prevent this issue from coming back again in the future. But lots of other types of dizziness can be more functional. And this is particularly true if you've had everything else ruled out and the medical doctors don't really know what is causing it. then there's a good chance it's caused by a functional issue, in the same way that migraines are often caused by a functional issue or functional neurological issue, where certain areas of the brain are just not working as well as they should. And so this is where chiropractic can have a nice effect on dizziness, because the powerful effects, as mentioned before, of the chiropractic adjustment on the spine is quite huge when it comes to the brain. And so we can improve the function of the brain through the adjustment and therefore have a nice impact on dizziness. Number 3, chiropractic has the potential to improve your immune system. Essentially, chiropractic adjustment has the powerful effects onto the brain. Your nervous system is controlled by your brain. So if your nervous system isn't functioning as well as it should, then it's not going to be able to control your nervous system quite as well. And so there is limited research on this one specifically, but there is a paper by Heidi Harvick that looked at the immune mediators that is created after chiropractic adjustment, and that was seen and was found. And so it generally makes sense that if we have a better functioning nervous system, better functioning spine, then we're going to have a better functioning immune system. Number 4 is that it can improve brain function. So I've talked a lot about this one already. There was a research paper by Heidi Harvick again that showed a 20% change in the prefrontal cortex. And there's a few other research papers that have shown the effects on the brain after chiropractic adjustment. So it makes sense. If we got the nervous system that's flowing through the spine and the high connectivity from the spine to your brain, and if we're adjusting and making powerful stimulation to the spine, and particularly by making corrections to the spine and getting it moving in position better, that's only going to have a positive effect on the nervous system and on your body. Number 5, chiropractic can improve balance. Falls in the elderly are a major issue, particularly in the elderly population. Fortunately, chiropractic does have a nice impact on this. And again, it's mainly due to the fact that the chiropractic adjustment has a nice impact on the brain, and essentially your brain is going to control your balance. So if your brain is not doing too well, you're not going to be able to balance yourself quite as well. But also, for you to stay upright, you need the signals going from the joints of your body all over spine, as well as your feet and ankles and knees, etc., to tell the brain where your body is in space. If there's any issues within those joints, then it's not going to get the proper signals going back to the brain, and so the brain will be less informed about how to make corrections to your posture and to your balance. There was another research paper on this that looked at adults over 65 and saw a significant improvement of chiropractic care on the impact of falls. So you can check that out. And number 6, it can reduce inflammation. Inflammation is a big issue in our society these days, with a lot of chronic inflammatory diseases out there like rheumatoid arthritis. And so we have a tendency to need to be able to reduce inflammation rather than increase it. The good thing is that chiropractic generally has a good impact on inflammation, particularly on specific joints. Essentially, if a joint isn't working very well and it's not moving, then it's going to build up some inflammation. And we know this particularly because the pain that you get, or if we push over that joint, tends to cause a lot of pain. And so we can make corrections to that joint, get that moving better. We can then improve the pain, but also reduce inflammation. And number 7, chiropractic can reduce the need to be able to take opioids or generally painkillers. And this is mainly because people tend to come and see us because they are in pain, and we tend to have a very good effect in improving pain. Louis Kazis and his team looked at this and saw that there was a significant decrease in those that visited chiropractors in the amount of opioids they needed to take compared to those that didn't visit a chiropractor. And lastly, number 8, those that visit chiropractors tend to spend less on their overall medical costs. This was looked at a couple of papers. One paper saw that there was a 40% decrease in overall medical costs by those that visit chiropractors. And one of the big reasons is because chiropractic can have a huge impact on your health and improving your overall health, and so less likely to get ill and less need for medical intervention. And also, chiropractic is cheaper than surgeries or other types of medical interventions that you may need otherwise. And so that sums it up. They are my top health benefits of chiropractic. I hope you found that relatively interesting, but they are ones that go above and beyond pain. So usually those are things that people don't necessarily know that chiropractic can have an effect on. Please do put any comments below this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.